Good morning and welcome to Delta Math. It was distance learning, so you knew it was coming. Here we are, Delta Math. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, common ratio and difference. This is our first question type, and all we're looking for is it tells us what kind of sequence it is, and it tells us what to do, find the common ratio. So the way I do that is I take two consecutive terms and divide the second one by the first one, or the third one by the second one. Okay, whichever one is further on in the sequence goes on top of the fraction. All right, so 75 divided by 15, well, that's going to be, is that 5? Yeah, it's 5. So the answer is 5. And you want to check it. 75 times 5 is indeed 375. So you submit answer, you say yes, and hooray! And then it shows you what to do. See? A2 divided by A1. So they're numbering their terms A1, A2, A3. I do T1, T2, T3. Okay, whatever. It's just different letter, okay? Don't let that confuse you. It's just letters. Letters are arbitrary. Numbers are forever. All right, so now let's take a look at some other problems. Common difference here, 13 goes to 21. Those are both Fibonacci. So whoever created this loves Fibonacci just as much as I do. But then 21 to 29, 29 not Fibonacci. But it's just add 8 each time. So this is 8. Yay! So what do? A2 minus A1. So we use differences to find the common difference. To find common ratios, you use division. Okay, let's do another one. Find the common ratio of this one. Oh, weird. So this is negative. This is positive. This is negative. Wait, if I'm dividing by a negative number over and over and over again, that is going to bounce up like positive and negative. Okay, so negative 17 to 102. Well, I kind of a little bit mentally fatigued right now, so I'm going to use my calculator, and I'm going to divide that by negative 17 equals 6. It should be negative 6. Okay, so here, no, not there, here. Okay, if I multiply this by negative 6, I'll get that. If I multiply this by negative 6, indeed, I do get that. That one's easier to do, right? 102 times negative 6 is indeed, so I'm going to put in negative 6, say enter. Say enter. Yay! Give yourself a pat on the back every time. Try and be as excited as I am, and you'll have a lot of fun with this. Okay, now here you're being asked to find the nth term. Okay, find the 97th term of this arithmetic sequence. So what you do is you get yourself a piece of paper, and on your paper, maybe you make your paper small enough so that it doesn't obscure the whole thing, and then you can write down here 25, 29, 33. And then you look and you say, well, what's A? What's the first term? 25. What am I adding each time? 4. So my common difference here is 4. It's growing by 4. So my general term here, the nth term is 25 plus n minus 1 multiplied by 4. Okay? Now I've been asked to find the 97th term. So let's find the 97th term. That's going to be 25 plus 97 minus 1 multiplied by 4. 97 minus 1 is 96. 96 times 4 is 384. Let me prove it to you. 96 times 4 equals 384. What did I say? 384. Very good, Mr. Jennings. So 25 plus 384. Watch me make an error here. 384. 25 plus 384 is 19. So that's 419. So let's input that into Delta Math. 419. No! Okay, where did I make my mistake? It was 409. Okay, so when I added 97 minus 2, so I had that, and then they evaluate that. They used a calculator, or they did it in their head correctly, and they did not make a mistake. I made a mistake. Okay, so that's how you do it. And when you make a mistake, you want to say, no, and then still smile. Okay, like me. I'm trying to model a growth mindset here. All right, nth term of a geometric sequence, again, what we saw already, 7, 28, 112. So you can write down your numbers. You can take your piece of paper and get a fresh section of it, and then you can say, well, I want to find D. Not D. I want to find the ratio. Okay, and the ratio is going to be one of the terms divided by the previous terms. That's going to be 4. Okay, and 112 divided by 28 is indeed 4. So therefore, this is a geometric sequence. So now, my my nth term, and I want to find the 10th, is going to be equal to 7. That's the first term, multiplied by 4 raised to the power n minus 1. I want to find the 10th term. Permit me to just write 9 there. 10 minus 1 is 9, as you'll remember from kindergarten. 7 times 4 to the 9. Okay, so just going to skip that kindergarten step. And then 4 to the 9 is something I don't have memorized. So I go into my calculator, I type 4 raised to the power 9 is equal to, that is a very big number, and it has my favorite number in it. Oh, that's cool. I'm loving this ever so more. And then I multiply that by 7 equals. And then I'm going to say copy this number and then go in here to Delta Math and paste that number. Submit it, enter. Yay! Okay, so that's how you do those. All right. Distinguishing arithmetic from geometric sequences. This is harder. Okay? Here they give us a sequence. They don't tell us if it's arithmetic or geometric. But I can look at it and tell you this is arithmetic because you're dividing by 3 each time. So I'm going to say this is a geometric sequence, and the common ratio is equal to 1 over 3. If I multiply 45 by 1 over 3, I get 15. If I multiply 15 by 1 over 3, I get 5. If I multiply 5 by 1 over 3, I get 5 over 3. Okay, the next term is going to be a fraction. Submit answer. Yes. Yay! And then you look at see, you're multiplying by a third each time. Okay, cool. Okay, we're getting some progress here. Oh, maybe I should do some more of those because here. Oh, here, this one is an arithmetic sequence because I see it's growing by 2. And the common difference is equal to 2. Submit answer. Yay! Okay. Now, that actually feels really good on my neck because that's about where I have the problem with my neck. Okay, arithmetic and geometric sequences. The first 3 terms of a sequence. It doesn't tell you if it's arithmetic or geometric. Okay, here, this got smaller by 8, and this got smaller by 8. Okay, so I get out my paper. I do the rough work on paper. And I say, well, I'm going to say, here I have 405 is the second term, and I'm going to subtract 413, and that's going to give me negative 8. Okay, that's my difference is negative 8. And I can also check this one, minus 8 does give me that one. So my general term here is equal to 413 plus n minus 1 times negative 8. Okay, I've been asked for the 48th term. That's equal to 413 plus n minus 1. So 48 minus 1 is 47. Again, that's not kindergarten, but it's grade 1. And minus 8. I'm just really aware of what happens in kindergarten and grade 1 because that's where my kids are. Okay, I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to be sarcastic. Okay, maybe a little bit. Okay, so 47 times minus 8. I don't want to do that in my head. So I'm going to do 47 times 8. I'm going to make that number negative. I'm learning my calculator. It's that. And then I'm going to add that to the first term, which was, I forget, 413. So that equals 37. So the answer that Delta Math is looking for is 37. Go ahead and throw that into Delta Math. Enter, enter. Hey, hey. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, now select explicit formula for sequence. Well, that sounds scary, but it's not. Okay, it's not that hard. Okay, what is a formula for the nth term of the given sequence? They are asking for the general term for this sequence. I need to be able to look at that and recognize a geometric sequence. How do I recognize it? Well, 32 divided by 4 is 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. I see that very quickly, and you will start seeing it very quickly as you do the textbook practice and as you practice with the Delta Math. Okay, so I know that it's this one. First term multiplied by the ratio raised to the power n minus 1. No, that's not it. That's not it. So how about this one? Is that it? 1 minus n? No, that won't do it. Will that one do it? No. Will that one do it? Maybe this one will do it. Maybe this one to the negative n. Yeah, this one looks good, actually. So let's test it, okay? These are tricky, all right? So these are in here as a kind of challenge for you at the end of the Delta Math, and so they are trickier. So the way you can do it is you can test. So I'm going to write out the sequence, 32, 8, and 2, okay? And then I'm going to say, well, this is the first, second, and third terms. And then I'm going to test this one, which is the one that looks best to my eye. Okay, so let's test it. So is T1, is that equal to 128 multiplied by 4 to the negative 1? Well, 4 to the negative 1, this is equal to 128 over 4. And 128 over 4 is 32 times 4 is 128. Cool. 32. So that checks out for T1. Test T2 is equal to 128 multiplied by 4 to the negative 2. Okay, so I'm going to divide 32 by 4. Ah, that works. Okay, and it's also going to work for that one too. So I'm going to select that one, submit answer. Yes. Yay! Okay, so you have to test them. You have to test these. They're not given to you in the standard format. So you have to test. Okay, and that's how you do the Delta Math, everyone. Hit me up with your questions in the chat or by email.